This is ours.
I have a foundation which is being born with Father Clements, etc. And that's why I spoke this way. It's a foundation to replace that information in a thing called, we've copyrighted a thing called the Shamba Center. Now, Shamba is Swahili, S-H-A-M-B-A. It's Swahili for farm. That's just the name. It's a Shamba Center. Secretary Alexander of HUD has heard about. He didn't know the name Shamba, but he knows about what I've just said. He says, my God, you're going to do that across the country.
My name is Malcolm, and I come from the Philippines.
What's your last name?
I'm Khan.
And Khan? Did your mother and father tell you where they come from?
Honduras.
Honduras. That's it.
I come from the Philippines. I live in LA, but there's a house, but I don't have a garden. My family comes from Egypt.
Well, this young man's family comes from Egypt.
Santa Monica.
Well, Santa Monica, that's everything, isn't it?
Crystal.
Hi, Crystal, you're so pretty. Where you from?
Korea.
Korea? Tell me, where do your people come from?
India.
Oh boy, there's America for you. Thank you, U.S. films.
And my concern today is the absence of that history causes a domino principle in our young people. They don't know where they come from. It's not on the screen. It's not in the books. It's not in the libraries or in the schools or no longer in the house. So they don't think they belong properly. They step away from the respect of education and film and create their own society, which they are now successful. But they're young and they make immature decisions. Okay. So the information must be put back into place. Just like the Jewish community has their synagogues and yeshivas, the Catholics have their schools. We have to put back into place that reconnection of who they are. Some of these centers already exist in some of the major cities. They're called the Boys Club, Boys and Girls Club, or they're called the such and such club. Or they have to have a responsibility of putting those films, those lectures, those rites of passage, the respect from boys to girls, girls to boys, the prevention of AIDS, the hygiene, the history. So the stuff that was taken away from them is put back about the history. Once, by example, they know that, then there's a pride instilled in these young people that was consciously taken away. That was then. This is now. That's no longer necessary to control the information given to our children. That's why eracism is so important. And it's not just a black and white. There's got to be lines of demarcation for control. All those lines have to be lifted for the salvation of the planet. Well, I think that history is given to us over the years for a purpose. I came to the mindset that even in movies, you can see, we know, all of us can sit down and at length for hours talk about King Arthur, the Romans, the Vikings, Napoleon, the Greek civilizations, because of the movies. That there are other civilizations that have never been done on the screen in top form, possibly for a reason back in the old days, so that we're not informed about our history and our roots, so that a certain consciousness must reign. That was then, but today is different, So now there's a gap that has to be filled in our schools, in our films, in our libraries, to replace that misinformation so that we can walk a better path in our lives.